Welcome to Let's Make Waves podcast. I'm Rana Mawad, and I believe that we're all here to make waves. I created this podcast to help you unlock your potential by sharing with you tools, resources, and strategies to help you build and grow your business. So if you're looking to build your brand, gain that confidence and knowledge, content and marketing strategies, find your professional voice, attract those raving customers, and create the professional authority for better business opportunities, then you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Let's Make Waves podcast. I'm your host, Rana Mawad, and I'm really honored that you've joined me today. On 26th of January of this year, 2021, I received an invite and I began my presence on Clubhouse. There is so much to say about this app, and I'm sure you've heard me in other episodes that I think that it's a special social media platform. It's definitely a disruptor. And after almost 2.5 months, I can safely say that I keep that initial feeling and initial thoughts that I have on Clubhouse. And I know that it is still not available everywhere, but it's growing tremendously by the day. And currently, as of today, it's still just for iOS users, but I believe that it will soon roll out to Android as well. So now that the dust has settled and I found my bearings on this app and I have used it in my marketing for a couple of months, I wanted to come here to share with you how I see Clubhouse as a great tool to further build your personal brand and your reach. Now, as some of you might know, Clubhouse is an audio app. So you have a virtual hallway that showcases different rooms under different topics. Once you enter the room that you want to listen to, the topic that you want to listen to, you're automatically added into the audience area. If it just so happens that one of the speakers or moderators follow you, then you're added into a special area, which is right above the audience. And on this virtual stage, there are speakers and moderators tackling the topic of the room. If you'd like to participate, you put your virtual hand up and they can take you up to the virtual stage where you can ask your question or chime in on the topic, add value, or just share experience. You can know more on the details of Clubhouse by clicking on their site and checking them out. But I try to quickly sum it up here for you, just as a main experience. You're also able to open rooms on your own, invite people to attend, or co-host with you. As a user myself, I saw very positive impact of Clubhouse, be it on my Instagram growth, as well as connecting with like-minded people that I've collaborated with on and off the app. I've also connected or had a better and stronger connection with my target audience. I've also noticed positive impact on my email marketing, podcast listenership, as well as just an overall positive impact on my personal brand image and authority in the field of my expertise. And because it is relatively new, follower growth and impact is faster organically than other platforms today, which is very much the case in most social media platforms when they first launch. Let me back up here a little bit. Why am I talking about Clubhouse today? Clubhouse, just like others, is a way for us to strategize social media marketing that will help us build our personal brand. Social media marketing is a form of marketing that involves creating and sharing content on social media networks so that we can reach our branding goals or our social goals that will be based on different aspects. These aspects could be, what are we hoping to achieve through social media marketing? Who's our target audience? Where do we find them? On which social media platforms? What message do we want to send to this audience on social media or through social media marketing? And social media marketing can help in so many goals. Other than personal brand building, it can increase website traffic, it can raise brand awareness, build conversions, create brand identity and positive brand association. It can also improve communication and interaction with key audiences. So the more engaged your audience is on social media networks, the easier it will be for you to achieve your marketing goal that is on your list. Now, on most social media platforms, we curate our content by making sure that the images are taken well, videos are nicely edited, our blogs are well written, and our podcasts are, recorded properly. But on Clubhouse, as you know, and as of now, it is a live audio platform with no filters. And that's the beauty of it. Your true experience, your expertise, your passion, your energy, all of that will come through live to your audience and for them to experience and interact firsthand with you. I know that some of you will find that as a disadvantage, especially if you're like an introvert or uncomfortable with those kind of things. But here's the thing that I want you to think about. Clubhouse could be a great way for people who are on the fence when it comes to working with you or with your business. It's a great way for these people to get to know you, to get to feel your energy firsthand, to get to ask you and connect with you live. And this way you can, tackle any doubts and make them move away from that fence and closer to you and to your business. So, because I want you to give Clubhouse a chance to further build your brand and your professional voice, I'm here today to share with you, in my opinion, the 10 main points that you need to be aware of that are part of you building your personal brand on Clubhouse. And you make sure that these things are taken care of. So I'm going to take you through these 10 points. 1, be strategic with your bio. Think in terms of who you want to connect with on the platform and how do you want them to interact with you. The beauty of Clubhouse is that other than other social media platforms, there's no limit on how many characters you can use in your bio. So just make sure that the first couple of lines are really important, because these are the lines that people see when they first click on your image. So just make sure that it's attractive and it best describes you. Second is connect your IG or your Twitter to Clubhouse. As of this moment, there's no messaging option on the actual platform of Clubhouse. So the only way for people to connect with you off the platform is through direct messaging on Instagram or Twitter. So make sure that you connect that. Also, it's a great way for people to get to know you more, so they can go to your Instagram account and go through the content that you have over there just to get to know you and about your business more. Number 3 is add a call to action in your bio. At the end of the bio, make sure that you have some sort of call to action. Ask them to go and connect to your podcast or your blog or your website. If you have something to offer, tell them to go and download that. As long as there's something that you have and you want them to get to connect with you further, make that as a call of action in your bio. 4th is curate your experience by following the right people and the right clubs. And I say that because the way you experience Clubhouse depends on who do you follow, because these people's rooms will show in your hallway, and which clubs do you follow. So make sure that you really, really choose those people and decide on connecting with people strategically so that you can curate the right kind of energy and the right kind of connection on the platform. 5 is grow with more interaction. And what I mean about that is the only way for you to build your personal brand is for you to be active on the platform. Go into rooms. If it's a topic that you like, or you have an opinion about, or you can add value or answer somebody's question, raise your hand. It all starts with raising the hand. So I really hope that you lean into your courage and try to be as active as possible on the platform. Number 6 is give value and slide into the DMs. And what I mean about that is make sure that your presence on Clubhouse in certain rooms is strategic. Make sure that you're there to showcase your brilliance and your voice by adding value, solving someone's problem, answering questions, interacting with other speakers and other moderators. And take that further by going and connecting with them in the DMs on Instagram or in Twitter. The good thing about the DM is that they've just had a connection with you on Clubhouse. So there's more than likely chance of them connecting with you further in the DMs. That could be a great way to do collaborations, to find other moderators who are willing to go with you and open rooms on your own, or even connecting with customers that you feel like you can dig deeper into their problem and give them a solution by going directly to the DMs. So make sure that you have a really good connection with them offline. Number 7 is share resources and grow your email list. And what I've seen that proved Clubhouse to be powerful is that it's a great way for you to also build your email marketing by building your email list. And that is by the call to action to be something that people would want to opt into by giving in their emails. So it's a great way to do that. It could be a freebie of some sort of a checklist or a guide or anything that could be valuable. And just make sure that you don't sound salesy in the room. Just drop that link in, or tell people to go to your bio and find a way to connect that link in organically. And it comes like as smooth as possible within the room's environment. Number 8 is, when you're ready, create a club. Now, if people follow you, they will get a notification every time you open a room. But sometimes, if they follow a lot of people, just like any other social media platform, they don't get to see the notification as soon as it is out. So another way to build that presence and build a personal brand, your personal brand on Clubhouse, is to also create a club. But make sure that you create a club intentionally, in the sense that every time you participate and every time you are in a room or anything, if it's a good approach, to ask people to invite them to your club, especially if they are the right target audience, invite them to the club for them to be members in your club. This way, when you open a room under your club, they get a double notification. So that's also a great thing. Another advantage of creating a club is that you kind of slowly and organically create your own community, so people get to know you more. So the more you become active later on and you start opening rooms, the more people know that if it's under that club and if it's under your name, they know that they're going to get value and they're going to be entertained or educated in your room, and therefore they will attend and you will have the right number of audience. Okay, number 9 is prepare and perfect your elevator pitch. Part of the thing of being on Clubhouse is that when you raise your hand up and you go on that virtual stage, the first thing you need to do is introduce yourself. And if the room is really big, you don't really have much time and you want to give as much impact as possible. And this is also a great way of building your personal brand, because people in the audience will listen to you and they will listen and they will want to know who you are. And you want to create that curiosity where people would also click on your image to read more in your bio. So make sure that you really have that elevator pitch perfected, so that every time you're on stage, it's really quick, 30 seconds, introduce yourself and wow your audience. And finally, number 10 is repurpose some of the content that you shared onto Clubhouse. And this is a two-way thing. So if you have some kind of content that you've created on social media or your website or maybe a podcast or a blog, then what you can do is take bits and pieces of that content and maybe create a room or collaborate with somebody else and create a room where you discuss the topic itself as a topic of the room. Also, another way is for you to be on Clubhouse, and it could be a great room with great value, and then you can summarize the top 10 points and share it as a story or as a summary post on your other platforms, such as, you can tweet about it or you can create a post on Instagram or Facebook. So it's a two-way road of repurposing content, and this way you kind of connect with your audiences at different touch points and also further build your brand. Now, just like any other social media platform, approach it strategically. It can be a rabbit hole and it can consume so much of your time if you're not intentional on it as a platform. And this goes the same for all social media platforms, and I know you guys know that. So please remember to be a really good marketer to your business and to your brand. So be strategic and be intentional. Listen and understand, where can you add value? Where can you share your experience? Where can you connect with people who will elevate your experience on that platform? Make sure that you know with who you share that stage with, okay? Filter and really make a good choice when it comes to connecting and associating your name with other people. If you have access to Clubhouse today, please connect with me. My handle is Rana. So I'm in several rooms every week, so I hope that I get to hear your feedback on this episode firsthand on Clubhouse Live, if you have access to the app. So please come along, connect with me on stage. I would love to meet you in person on Clubhouse. And that brings us to today's episode. Thank you so much for listening today. As always, I'd love to hear from you. So please connect with me, Clubhouse, or on my website or on social media. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. Maybe if you feel that you can give me a review, that would be great. So I can't wait to touch base with you this time next week. Till then, have a great week and take care.